Howdy y'all, hope y'all are having a fantastic day. Today we've got back, biceps, and forearms. Now, I know this is a bit different from what y'all might be used to. I'm trying some new format out, kind of like I said I would. So this is kind of just the first day of it. We'll see how it goes, whether I like it or not. But yeah, I just figured, might as well get more in like the life of Australia, like what I'm doing here, at least when I'm at classes, because I'm only really filming. Wow, that was a really bad stutter. I'm only really filming my videos when I'm here at college because that's the only time I'm really able to have access to a gym. So just kind of figured go through a little bit or like show more of what I do in my normal day, which is starting off with breakfast. It is right, I think like 10 o'clock right now, maybe a little later. And so I got a class at 2, war history and film. So I figured might as well get up, get some breakfast in, and get editing on videos that I still need to finish. So didn't want to, I was tired, but figured I probably shouldn't keep sleeping. Also, breakfast, got eggs, peanut butter toast, then of course supplements, and I had milk, but the cap wouldn't like screw on fully, so I ended up having to toss it. But normally I would have milk like as an extra protein source and just as my like drink of choice for breakfast. But instead we got a scoop of protein powder and water for that extra protein, and then I just have water in my black water bottle. So, but I mean, yeah, I figured might as well try something new, see how it goes, see if I like it. And yeah, so not going to the gym right away after this beginning talk, rather going to class, as you will most likely see. And then maybe I'll meet back up with y'all before, well, I got a really big piece of salt in my mouth. Meet back up with y'all before I head to the gym. But yeah, I guess I will then see you guys before the gym and then after the gym. So. Alrighty, howdy y'all. This is like the normal part of the video where I normally have, where I'm just sitting down and saying what I'm doing for the day, but it's kind of more like I don't really know a better way to explain it. Get ready with me for the gym, because I'm putting on a workout shirt and scooping my pre and creatine. So right now I'm using this pre-workout. Just because I ran out of Rise while I'm here and international shipping costs are a bitch, so I'm not gonna go through that. So just got some at the store. Makes the drink pink, that's kind of neat, so it's got that going for it. And then of course got my creatine, which I got right here, creatine monohydrate. Got a big old bag of it, and I know that like 5 grams of creatine is kind of like the most optimal. Right now I'm rocking about 7.5 per, workout or just per day. And I know that you can do loading phases for creatine, or at least normally you do. But personally, I just kind of stick to just something that's slightly above 5 grams. But we got that, got it into the new $3 shaker, since my other one's broken, as you guys know, and that'll get nice and shooken. There's also an espresso coffee type machine at the dining hall that we go to, where I get a little extra caffeine from a mocha, because this is technically less than I normally have. Not that that's a problem, because caffeine isn't like, it's really nice, but it's never like a necessity. And then I'm gonna go off screen here and choose a
shirt for the lift. I think we'll do this one. I think we'll do white because I wore green last time. So, and I don't have all my workout shirts here with me, but I feel like I gotta, spice it up at least a little bit. So, yeah, but today is push day. It's not push. What am I saying? It's pull day. We got biceps and back. So I'm gonna go ahead. I'm not doing deadlift today. Just gonna do my normal stuff and then we'll probably hit deadlift next week because I think it has been around almost a month since I've done it, which is crazy. It really does not feel like it's been almost a month. But yeah, besides that, that's kind of all I've got for before the gym. Gonna go get some dinner, and then we're gonna go hit the lift hard and good. So yeah, I will see y'all in the gym. Alrighty, to start off this workout, we've got underhand pull downs. Like I said, we will be doing deadlift probably next week. I will be doing deadlift next week because it has been a little bit since I've done it. But until then, it's still going to start out with the good old underhand pull downs. Now, I ended up switching back to the normal grip that I do, just the regular grabbing of the bar rather than the hook grip, as I preferred this a lot more. Now, with these, I believe last time I started with about 62.5 kilos. This time I decided to start with 60, kind of going back to with what I said about the getting 8 reps for the first 2 sets, or obviously however many reps that I'm trying to get. And if I can get it with that weight for those first 2 sets, then I can move up weight for that first set next time and see how it goes. So for this, I decided to start with 60, and I got 8 for the first set, but for that second set, I only managed to get 6. So I'm going to be starting with 60 again next time, seeing how it goes, and then moving up from there as long as I can get 8 on that. And then also kind of similar thing going on with my lat pull downs. I know I've done 91.5 or so in the past. Granted, that was also before I did underhand pull downs because that day I did lat pull downs first. So after my underhand pull downs, I did about 85 kilos for this first set, and I believe I got 8 on this first set and then 7 on the second set. And that means I just got to try this pretty much one more time and really hope I can get 8 for that second set, and then I can move up weight. And it is just a little bit lighter than that 90 I've done in the previous video, just because, again, I am starting with it after my underhand pull downs rather than before. Now, starting off the bicep part of the workout, got 16 kilo dumbbell preacher curl. Now, I was a little iffy starting with these, but I figured because it was my first workout, they would go pretty alright. And I ended up getting only 5 on each arm. Now, I wanted to go down in weight for the next set, for my second set, but the 14 kilo dumbbells were taken. So instead of going down to 12, I just decided to try 16 again because I'd rather push myself with that heavier weight. And I actually did manage to get 5 each arm again, which I was really impressed. I wasn't actually expecting that to happen, but I did manage to get it with both arms on my second set as well, so at least I was consistent, and I was happy with that. However, for that last set, the 14s did open up, so I did move down to them, and I believe, and we'll find out here shortly, but I did get about all my 8 for those 14s. So I think next time I do these, I'll still try, next time I do these first for the bicep part of the workout, I will try and do 16 kilos to start off with, but probably end up doing 14 for my second set. And if they are taken again, probably just end up waiting because, I was happy with how that second set went because I did get 5 still. I do kind of wish I had the 14s to better, control it, and I think it just would have felt better overall. Now, I feel a little guilty if I am on the preacher curl machine for 2 workouts in a row. I was going to do just some easy bar standing curls second instead. Actually, no, I was going to do dumbbell hammer preacher curls as my workout. But instead, I decided to do some cable bicep curls, and these went really well. They felt good. I'm glad I had the curved bar for it. I like it a little bit more than the straight bar. I wish I had a little bit more curve to it, kind of like the easy bar, because it's like a little bit less curved than the easy bar, but we'll still take it over the straight bar. And I did manage to get 8 for my first set, and I only got 5 for the second, and then 6 for the third. I really kind of gassed myself with that second set, and I guess I just didn't lower it enough on that third set to get 8, which usually when I lower the weight, I'm hoping to get 8, but sometimes just gas myself a little too much. So, and then as for these standing reverse curls, I decided to lower the weight a little bit because, like I said, I wanted to focus on having my back on the pad a bit more and then swinging a little bit less, and I got about 7 for that set. And then as you're about to see here, when I turn, even though I have the weight clipped, the plate decides to fly off right there. Yeah, I'm glad there was nothing fragile in my bag because it literally landed right on my gym bag. So, yeah, you can see my confusion there because I had it clipped and it still came off. So, but, and then moving on, like I said, until I get my wrist checked out, I'm not going to be doing any of the wrist curls. But it's so weird. The reverse wrist curls feel fine, but like just curling my wrist like towards myself does not feel fine. So I don't really know how it works. Hopefully I'll be able to get it figured out by the doctors. But like I said, I have abs replacing it, and I think I need to maybe lower the seat a little bit and then lower the weight a little bit for the abs because I think I am rushing through them a little bit. As you may know, I'm not a huge fan of working my abs. I know I need to, and I know they're pretty underdeveloped, I would say, compared to the rest of my physique. Because I know the definition of the abs is made in the kitchen, but if I want them to be on par, like fullness wise with the rest of my muscles, I still need to make sure that I'm training them as much as I should be in the gym, especially on the cut. So, because as you can see here, they're not very showing too much yet. And I do, now that I'm doing abs, I'm not unlocking, but thinking a little bit more about the different poses I can do. Like I think at the end here, I do the like kind of turn my torso like away from the mirror with the top part of my body towards the mirror. Yeah, I don't know. I don't even know what that's called, but I think that's some sort of pose. So, but yeah, I don't have much else. I think that everything's going well. I think kind of switching or like being a lot more strict with myself about that first 2 set rule and getting as like whatever reps I'm shooting for those 2 before moving up weight is going to help a lot. Because while I don't think I was having like too much problem, I think this will really just keep me on track rather than me jumping around a lot. So, and then as for posing, I think it's going all right. I do think that sometime here soon, maybe starting next week or something, I'm going to maybe on my off days record just a little bit of my posing, just some talking and posing. Could post that. I don't know. Well, we'll just have to see. But yeah, I think I'll cut the talking part a little short here because I'm kind of out of things to say. And I will see y'all back at the apartment. Alrighty, howdy y'all, back at the apartment after a good pull day. We've got this Up and Go 35 grams of protein, a little high in calories, but it's still under my calorie goal with having it. And then we've got this Chipotle chicken burrito bowl, which is 43 grams of protein. So a total of 78 grams of protein for this meal. Now I know that's a little on the higher end, but I do believe, I may be wrong, I'm not gonna lie, but I'm pretty sure Jeff, and again, like I said, I base a lot of my info off Jeff Nippard, but I do believe that he said that your body can effectively synthesize upwards almost of 100 grams of protein per meal. Well, for most people. Ah, dang it, I got it on the floor. I have to bring that to the kitchen trash can. I don't want that in my room trash can. But yeah, kind of worried right now. I don't know who's regardless, when this gets uploaded, it's going to be past when it actually happens, so maybe I'll remember to update y'all on it, but I don't know whose defense to put in, the Vikings or the Falcons, so yeah, because the Falcons play the Panthers, and I know the Panthers are just not that great, and then I know that the Vikings play the Bengals, which means they have a backup QB, and Jake Browning is not bad. He is not a bad QB. However, the offensive line sucks, so they could get a lot of sacks, force Jake Browning to make mistakes, you know. So I just don't know what to do. I know Jake Browning did kind of piece up the Jaguars defense after Joe Burrow went out, but we'll just have to see what I'm feeling. Probably gonna be a last minute decision, but yeah, good push day. Pretty good, pretty good. I hope you guys like this new style of video. I know it's gonna be a bit longer, and I don't know for sure if this one's kind of hodgepodge. This one's kind of just thrown together. It was just kind of idea of like how to make it a bit longer. Also, I would be eating my food, but it's super hot right now. Although I never savor my protein shakes, especially because most of them taste like shit unless it's like Fairlife or Premier Protein. Those ones I can stomach, but I still usually chug them. So maybe we'll just go ahead and chug this quick before. I hate the fucking smell of that. So maybe we'll just chug this one for the sake of it before I head out. So God, I don't like my protein shakes. But cheers. Ugh. Yeah. I mean, this one's not like horrible. It's definitely not like good though. So, but yeah, that's all I've got today. So I hope you guys enjoy the new style of editing. I still will probably be changing it up a little bit based off of how I'm feeling, what I want to do to keep spicing things up. But besides that, as always, I hope you all enjoyed the video, and I hope you all have a wonderful day.